Right, now we'll have a go at this little drawing here on page 159. Okay, see how we get on. So we've got some internal tangents, a load of circles. Let's see what else we know about this drawing. Well, it's 260 mil all the way across, and they're told that they're identical S-shaped scrolls. So basically there's a symmetry. It's the same each side, which means this point is the center. Now I'm going to show you a nice little tip when it comes to finding these points, because there are two ways, but there is one that works better than another. Then we'll go off and do our internal tangent constructions. Okay, right, let's pop this out and let's see how we get on. Now, draw a nice little line right across the middle of our page. Okay, 260 is pretty long, so I'm going to just start from the 10 here up to the 36. Nice big drawing on your A3 paper. And of course, half of 260 is going to be 13, so that's going to be right there. We don't need to do any constructions for that. Now I want to check that we've got all of that on our video, because it is a big drawing. There we go. Now, when we're working with circles, a handy way to mark the centers is just with a little construction line like that. Nice and light, lighter than mine, because I just want to make sure you can see them. Lighter than that even. But that is, and over here. So, now, what about these ones here? I know they're 30 off. However, when you go to measure them, 30 this way and 30 this way, if you're a little bit off, the circles don't line up, and it's just annoying. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to set our compass to 30. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to use this, okay, to mark the center there and to mark the center there. And now when I go in and do this, okay, we just draw these constructions for the moment. I draw this guy here. They line up just nicely. All right, now I want to make sure we can see that well enough on our video. That is a little bit light. Of course, you're going to be doing these beautiful constructions. And we'll do the same over here. Now, the reason I'm not going heavy is, of course, because we don't use all of them. Okay, not all of these are cut or in the final piece. So we'll go back over that heavy later on. Now, okay, what else do we know? Well, we know we have these little 45-degree cutoffs. So let's sort of sort that out first. There's one there, 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 and there. So we'll find these points. May as well get the easy stuff figured out. Now, I'm not near to put this book. So there we go. Okay. So again, that's only a construction. That's why it's nice and light. There we are. And you can kind of see the shape from here. Okay, so I know I'm coming around from here. Now, where do we go next? Well, these are internal tangents. Okay, which means we are going to add the circles. Now they're going to be in like this, so I need to add onto the circle. I could actually also do it coming this way, but I'll do it this way just because it was like the last drawing. So that's 30 and 30, 60. So let's go set our compass to 60. There we are. Now, pop that up there. Okay, we just got to check the way this is going to go. Yeah, that's the one we're going to have. And this one here is going to be like that. So we'll draw a circle here. And if I was doing these, I'd be doing them one step here, the same step there, because you're kind of following it back and forth. It's a bit easier. Okay, now we find the centers. Now, in this case, we do know the distance between them. We know that that's 260, so that's 130. Half of 130 is 65. So let's just go measure that. There's no need to do a construction if we know it like that. So there we are. That's the little center there. And that's the center over here. That does not look like a center, so of course, because it's back 30. Yes, yes, yes. So this is where we apply common sense and kind of cross-check. As I say that, I look at the camera to see, is the camera recording? Because, hey, believe me, that one has happened before. These, of course, are only 100 apart because it was 130 minus the radius. So the center is going to be at 50. There we go. Ah, yes, we're all going a little bit mad at this stage in our lockdown. But, You have mere hours at the time you're drawing this to midterm break. So that's the good news. I'm of course drawing this on Thursday, so I have a little bit longer. Anyway, there we go. Check that's right, that's fine. So that's going to be our circle. There we go. And there we go. Okay. You actually don't even need the whole thing, you just need that small bit up there. So this is going to give me, okay, this little guy here. So remember, this is the point between, okay, this one is radius 60, and that's the little semicircle. You could of course draw as a full circle, but you know, it's the one we draw from the halfway point of these two, and that's where we get our normal from. So that's going to give me a normal. There we go. And that is going to give me a point of contact. Point of contact. Now, this is the important bit. We'll do it on this side as well. And there it is. POC. Okay, so and that's where the curve kind of turns from a circle into a tangent. How do we find this guy? Well, they're parallel. That's the nice thing about these ones. So, let's see, can I do this without destroying the rest of the room? But we are going to slide this guy down here. And put that guy up there. And hopefully we're still fully on camera. No harm to check these things every now and then. So we're going to take this guy and get a parallel. So I'll do it like that. Okay. Basically, I want to slide this along here. Just find a nice long edge to sit it on, because the angles of the normals are the same. And this is because both of them are perpendicular to the tangent. So 90 to the tangent, 90 again to the normal. Okay. That's how it all lines up. And there's my second point of contact. We'll do the same over here. In this case, we'll bring them down like this. And this is kind of handy. It's really worth getting used to sliding around your set squares. There's loads of ways you can set them up, but this will work just nicely. Okay, and just as a little kind of comment, I know you can do them like this and it'll sort of slide across like that sometimes, but sometimes the diagonal ones you can run out of space. Okay, that's why I like to do them like that. All right, our point of contact is going to be there. Okay, POC. So now what I know is my tangent is going to come like this. And double check my drawing to make sure I haven't just flipped the whole thing. There we go. There's my tangent. And there's my tangent here. And of course we're not done yet. Final step is to go back over the circles and see can we bring them back. The final bits of the circle we're actually using in heavy. So we'll just set this up, get a nice good center on it. Point of contact. Just make sure you're right, and around you go. Okay, it stops here. You want that nice contrast between the lighter construction and this thing. As you push down it, do try not to make it actually change size. Okay, and it's a little bit tricky, so this is good practice for your compass work. And you can do multiple passes back and forth with it if needs be. So again, get a good purchase in the center. Off we go. You can just build it up like that. It gets darker and darker. There we have that. Ta-da! And the final one over here. And just watch that as you move between the drawings, you haven't given the compass a little tip or something to change the size. And there we are. There's our drawing. Nice little one, just to practice our internal tangents, a little bit of symmetry. Now, a final question for you before you go. There was, of course, another way to do this. All right. Instead of having to do two of the tangent constructions. So I just want you to have a little think and see if anyone can spot that. And you can write it down on your page maybe if you see a second way to have done this, with perhaps removing that entire construction there. Have a great midterm, folks.